A very good morning to all of you and welcome back in our online classes. This is the first video after the introductory class of class 11th English and I'm your own teacher Anu Laurie Daniel. So today my dear children, we are going to start our book main reader, that is Hornbill, and today the chapter number 1 in English class, book Hornbill, The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. So today we are going to study about the Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. What is a portrait? Portrait is definitely a photograph. It is a drawing or a painting. But here portrait has another meaning also. This is a vocabulary only. The portrait is a description about somebody or about something in words. So here actually in this is a description of a lady. Who is that lady? It is actually Khushwant Singh's grandmother. Okay, my dear children, and the theme of today is relationship. Theme is relationship. Before I explain you what is the theme, I would like to tell you about the author. Our author Khushwant Singh is a well-known Indian journalist and a writer. He was born on 15 August 1915 and he actually survived till 20th March 2014. Okay, my dear children, he was born in Punjab and he studied, or rather he was educated in New Delhi and further studied law in St. Stephen College, Delhi and King's College, London. He was really inspired by the independence movement of India, and that's why he wrote in 1956 A Train to Pakistan, which actually on which purpose, or that particular novel actually was the inspiration for a film also, and hence that novel became a well-known novel of the India. This our author Khushwant Singh is actually a well-known author, lawyer, journalist, diplomat and politician. Okay, my dear children, and he is well known for all of his work in literary or on secularism, on humor and a lot of love for poetry also. Okay, my dear children, so I would like to tell you that today we are going to study this portrait of a lady. Our Khushwant Singh, who is the author, is actually also has actually also won Padma Bhushan, okay, the India's second highest civilian award, and he won it in the year 2007. Okay, my dear children, so the theme of the chapter is relationship. It is a warm and affectionate relationship between Khushwant Singh and his grandmother. This chapter is an account of his warm, affectionate relationship, rather an autobiographical account. And here is the portrait of a lady. It is a description of a lady, that is a description of his grandmother. So the chapter starts with whom? It starts with a description of his grandmother, and he starts narrating that his grandmother is very, very old. She has a lot of wrinkles on the face and she had been like that from past 20 years. It means that Khushwant Singh has seen his grandmother like that since last 20 years. Before moving ahead, I would like to tell you, please sit along with your book and your notebooks and your pen, so that wherever there is a writing part or noting some important points, you can note also. Okay, my dear children, so be very, very attentive and take your pen also along with it. So I would like to tell it that he starts with a description that grandmother was very old and he had seen him since last 20 years like that. She had not changed, and Khushwant Singh was told that grandmother was actually what? At once upon a time, grandmother was young, grandmother was pretty, and grandmother was a wife. So this fact is very hard to of Khushwant Singh that once upon a time his grandmother was young, pretty, and was a wife. Why? See, he further described in the first passage here that a huge portrait. Now, here this portrait has been used for his for a photograph. So, a huge portrait in the drawing room was placed on the wall above the mantelpiece. And whose portrait it was? That portrait was of a grandfather. Okay, whose portrait? That portrait was of his grandfather. My dear children, you are now in 11th class and we are in a virtual classroom. So I would like to clear up this thing that we are not going to read one by one line. So you have to focus that on a reading part on your own. Okay, still if you can find any query, you can raise in the live stream classes. So I was telling you that after the description of grandmother, as she was very old and she is having lot of wrinkles, in the chapter Khushwant Singh describes about the grandfather whose portrait has been hung there on the wall. And how he describes about the grandfather, he describes that he is very old personality, okay, and he is wearing a loose fitting cotton clothes. Okay, the second point which is describing about grandfather is he is wearing a loose fitting cotton clothes and a big turban. Big turban he is wearing and long beard. So these 4 points are described about his grandfather, that he is very old, he is actually wearing a loose fitting clothes and he has a long beard which is extending up to chest, a big turban he is wearing. And after looking at the grandfather's portrait, our author Khushwant Singh, it's very hard for him to believe another thing, what? That grandfather was also can have a children. He looks like he can have many grandchildren but not children or wife. So this verdict that grandmother was once upon a time a beautiful or rather pretty young, this has really, he was really hard, it was really not, he was not able to believe who? Our author Khushwant Singh as a child. One letter has been written, one or rather you can call expression has been written very in a bold letter in your book. In the first that is the thought was almost revolting, and this particular point, the thought was almost revolting, is the meaning of this is it's almost hard to believe. What was hard to believe? That grandmother was once upon a time young, pretty and was a wife. Okay, so that was almost revolting. And moreover, in the first passage, what they are telling, that grandmother used to describe what to Khushwant Singh and to his cousin, what she used to describe? Grandmother used to describe them about her childhood, or rather grandmother shared childhood memories. So in that first passage, it's telling about that grandmother shared childhood memories. And after listening to the childhood memories that grandmother shared, grandmother tells that she was once upon a child also like you are, she used to tell, and she used to tell that I also used to play. And this type of things what grandmother used to share as a childhood memories, Khushwant Singh and his cousins find really illogical, and they find something very disrespectful. They think that it is just like grandmother's other stories which she used to tell, which has some moral lessons, and there is nothing true in it. So the first passage is total about the description of grandmother, how she has been in past 20 years, and the description of the grandfather through the medium of the portrait by Khushwant author Singh. And definitely they really cannot imagine that grandmother was once upon a time was very young. So my dear children, we are proceeding to the second passage, and in that second passage there is description of the grandmother physical appearance. Okay, there has been described how grandmother is looking, and it's all about the physical appearance of a grandmother. Okay, and it has been mentioned over there that she is short in height. First point has been mentioned as grandmother is short in height. Second point mentioned is she is fat. Number third is she is bent in forward posture. The posture is bending posture. Okay, and then she is having rosary beads. Okay, she is having rosary beads on the one hand, and she is actually the other hand she is actually keeping on the back, and like this is her posture, and she used to chant the prayers. So apart from that, she is old and lot of wrinkles are there. Okay, and she walks in a very awkward way. That has also been mentioned. She walks in an awkward way. Her walking, or we can call a gait, plus her posture has been also mentioned. I explain you how she keeps one hand at the back to support, and on the one hand there is rosary beads. Okay, and then her clothes has also been mentioned. She wears a spotless white clothing. Okay, she wears a spotless, it has been mentioned in your book, spotless white clothing she wears, and her color, her actually hairs are silver colored. Okay, hairs are silver colored, and they're not combed properly, and they're disorganized. Okay, and she is continuously chanting prayer. And in this second passage, which is in the page numbers we can call 3rd and 4th, she here again the bold marking, an expanse of pure white serenity, means based on all these characteristics, especially she is wearing the spotless white clothing. Our author compares grandmother with a landscape in the mountain, means she is very calm, she is very pure, and she is very, very peaceful. That type of thing he is trying to convey. So author says grandmother is pretty but not so beautiful. So it's like that. He says, sorry, I just said she could never have been pretty, means author believes that she is beautiful but not so pretty. That has been mentioned over there. So this is a physical appearance of grandmother. She is short in height, she is fat, she is bent in the posture, and she is old and wrinkles. Gait, she walks in an awkward direction, and she is having a silver color. Hairs which are really disorganized, means not combed properly, and what more, that she is continuously chanting the prayers. Okay, my dear children, so this has been the elaborated description of grandmother along with the physical appearance. Okay, my dear children, now we are moving ahead with the next description. It is the relationship factor. So in our chapter there has been described about the relationship. The very important point of this chapter is relationship with the grandmother, in village. Now we are going to study this point, which is in the page number 4. Okay, so this relationship started when our author Khushwant Singh was just a child. Okay, and this is a very strong bond they share. So he was just a child, and Khushwant Singh's parents left him along with his grandmother in the village. They moved towards the city so that they can settle down over there. So how he was left behind with his grandmother. Now grandmother exactly performs the role of a mother over here for Khushwant Singh, who was just a child. She used to wake up him in the morning. She used to actually dress dressed him up for the school. Like she was continuously in the morning, she was chanting the prayer, and while chanting the prayer or reciting the prayer, she used to make Khushwant Singh take bath. She dressed him properly. Khushwant Singh though loved the voice, but Khushwant Singh does not want what? Khushwant Singh does not want to memorize all those prayers. Okay, and what she do? She prepare everything for Khushwant Singh, just like mother. She takes care of the writing skills, like we can call writing materials. Like she prepared the wooden slate, that earthen ink pot, and that red pen. She forms a bundle and hand over to Khushwant Singh. And what more? She also actually take care of the breakfast in the morning. What the breakfast she gives? Khushwant Singh writes there, a thick stale chapati with a little butter and a sugar spread over it. That was his breakfast, which his grandmother used to give him as a child. And what happened further? That she carries several chapatis towards the along with her. So the first instance Khushwant Singh is mentioning is about the morning routine. Okay, how she used to wake him up, how she used to get him bathed, and how she used to dress him for the school, how she continuously keep reciting the prayers while preparing Khushwant Singh for school, in order that Khushwant Singh should also get, or all those prayers should inculcate in his mind. She prepared all the necessity for the school, like writing things like wooden slate and ink pot and red pen. Everything she get ready, and she makes sure that Khushwant Singh had a breakfast. So everything she take care of. Who can take care of? Grandmother. Okay, and then both of them walk towards the school. So the second scenario is, before leaving for the school, she not only give breakfast to Khushwant Singh, but she carries several chapatis for whom? For the village dogs. So now the next scenario in this chapter we are going to study about is on the way to the school, and in the school, and after the school. So our next scenario is way to the school. Okay, and then in the school, and after the school. So what happened is, when they start, it's not like that grandmother asked Khushwant Singh that you go on your own to school. It's written over there, she accompany him to the school. Who? Grandmother accompany Khushwant Singh to the school. And what happened is, the scenario is that the school is attached with the temple. So when the school is attached with the temple, while the school hours, this Khushwant Singh as a child used to sit in the veranda and used to learn the alphabets, prayers and choruses. This grandmother does not return home back. You know what she do? She actually sit inside the temple in that school hours, and she read the scriptures. And this shows that she is a very godly or a very religious personality also. And after the school gets over, so here we have seen the way to the school means she is going along with Khushwant Singh. In the school is there what? She does not live there, as the school is attached with the temple. She actually goes inside the temple while Khushwant Singh is in the school learning all the things. She reads the scripture over there, spends the entire time reading the scriptures, and this also reflects that she is a very godly person. First, where we have a reflection that she is a godly person, she is continuously chanting or reciting the prayers when she is dressing up Khushwant Singh for the school. And second, also we have got the proof that she spent most of her hours while she could go back to the home also. She could have finished off all her work at the home, but no, that time she utilizes to read the scripture, to spend with God. And when the school hours is over, they return from the school boat all together. And what happened? While on the way returning back home, what happened? that they are encountered with the village dogs, means village dogs come howling and growling and fighting. And this was a time where grandmother used to feed the village dogs with that stale chapatis which she has carried there. Okay, my dear children, so here we see that grandmother, not only she was a religious personality, but she had some a generosity, or she was an animal lover also, as we have seen that she carried several stale chapatis for these village dogs. So here, I think till here you are very much clear with this fact. Now a sudden turning point came in this life. Till now very smooth relationship is going on. With whom? With Khushwant Singh and his grandmother. Beautiful life. They get up in early in the morning. She helps him up with all the things. She accompany him towards the school and return him back from the school. And we have seen how she's an animal lover. She's a godly, or rather a religious personality. But what was the turning point? Here it has been written over there in bold letters in page number 4. The last second part, a turning point means a change came. What change came in their life or in their relationship? What turning point came? And that turning point was when parents got settled in the city. And here it is written that turning point in our friendship means still that relationship which he had in the village was name of a friendship. And now there was a turning point in the friendship as Khushwant Singh parents, what happened? They got settled in the city. So they called Khushwant Singh and grandmother both to the city. And now what happened? They were in the city. So though they shared the same room, so number one point was they were still sharing the room, but now Khushwant Singh is going to an English medium school. Okay, so the turning point in the school, in the relationship, or rather in the friendship of grandmother and Khushwant Singh was Khushwant Singh started going to an English medium school, and that too in a motor bus. Okay, so no more accompanying of, or no more company of grandmother on the way. So Khushwant Singh started going to an English medium school, and that too in a motor bus. And then next what happened, you know, my dear children? She was little bit felt lonely, but when Khushwant Singh used to return from school, grandmother, as an habit, as a curiosity, she used to ask, what do you learn? Before that, when Khushwant Singh is in the school, you know what happened in your chapter? It is written that now no village dogs are there. So how grandmother is going to spend her remaining time? She started feeding sparrows. Now dogs were no there, so she started feeding sparrows in the courtyard, that means in the veranda of their house. So now who became grandmother's companion? Sparrows. So she started feeding the sparrows, and when Khushwant Singh came back from the school, she used to ask, what do you learn? So he replied, because it was an English medium school, and he replied of the things in English as well as of Western science, like Archimedes principles, like 4 laws of gravity, and that things, means those topics were beyond the level of grandmother. First of all, barrier of language was there. So we can see the first barrier was language. She could not help him with the lessons. Okay, she could not help in the lessons. Moreover, the Western science, like Archimedes principle, was beyond her imagination or beyond her reach, we can call it. The second thing which really upset him, that in village school, Khushwant Singh was getting what? He was getting a knowledge of God's scriptures also, God's prayer also. But in new English medium school, nothing has been taught such like that. So she was little bit upset. Who? Grandmother was little bit upset on that issue. And the third point, which really make her feel distressed or in a deep, she goes in a depression, or she really become depressed and she does not want to discuss it, was when one day Khushwant Singh came from the school. Was he tells in the house that he has learned music, and he tells that he has learned music, and this really make grandmother really angry or furious within her inside. So the first point we can call which grandmother was not okay was number one was language, because now Khushwant Singh was going to an English medium school. Language was the biggest barrier. Number two was what? She could not help with the lessons. Okay, could not help with lessons. And third point was music. And what was the opinion of grandmother about music? It's written very clearly in your book in page number 5. If you go and see, she was distressed that no teaching, number 2 will be also about scriptures, God's scriptures. Here that she could not help with the lessons will come. She could not help with the lessons, and God's scriptures were not taught, or no religious teachings was there. And language was still a barrier for her. And number 3 was music. So these 3 things, grandmother was not okay in the new school. Why music? Because she thinks that music has a lewd association that has been written. Lewd means it has a bad association. It does not have a decent association. She always thinks, grandmother has a belief that this music is meant for beggars. She always thinks that it is for beggars or harlots. It is for prostitute, or this music subject is not for decent folk or the gentlemen who are born in a noble family. So these things that it makes grandmother really depressed, and for music she has a strong disapproval. She really became silent after hearing that music has been taught. So 3 things, I hope you just keep, this is a very important points, because these 3, almost the question comes that why grandmother does not approve of a new school. So these 3 things you need to mention, because the language, because of the God's scripture was not there, and about the music teaching. Okay, now further here, when in the school, when he started going, so their interaction reduced. When earlier grandmother, when Khushwant Singh was with grandmother in village, he was having an intimate relationship just like a friend. When they came to city, when he started going to English medium school, it slowly reduced. They saw less of them. And then when he came to university, so the third level was when he came to university, he started going to university, means he was now in a graduate level. So the other instance was at university, and here Khushwant Singh described his relationship that with grandmother as friendship bond was broken. Why? Because why it was broken? He says there, because at the university level, actually till school level, Khushwant Singh was having what? Khushwant Singh was sharing the same room with the grandmother. Though they spoke less, but they spoke. But at the university level, the friendship bond was broken. Why? Because Khushwant Singh got a separate room. Okay, he got a separate room, and that's why the bond which was there of friendship, it almost got broken. And here it is also written that my grandmother accepted, in the bold letter, on page number 5, second stanza, my grandmother accepted her seclusion means her loneliness, with resignation. It means that grandmother accepted her loneliness without any objection. So grandmother became very, very lonely when Khushwant Singh actually he attained the age of teenager, or when he started going to university rather. So her life, now there was much change in grandmother's life. What all changes came in grandmother's life? You know, she became much more private and lonely personality. Okay, she started spinning. What she started? She started spinning wheel. Okay, and what she started from morning till night, or rather you can say from sunrise to sunset, she started reciting the prayer. Okay, so this changes came in grandmother's life. From morning to night she has been seen with reciting prayers. So these all changes came in grandmother's life after Khushwant Singh moved towards the university. One more change was there, that in the afternoon for half an hour she take a break for feeding the sparrows. You know, she started this sparrows feeding when she came to the city. As she was an animal lover, there also she used to feed the dogs. So here she started feeding the sparrows. So when Khushwant Singh went to the college level, when nobody was there, her routine totally changed. She became more private. She started spinning the wheels, and then she started reciting the prayers. And then what happened? She actually started feeding. She was feeding, but just for half an hour she took the break, and she fed the sparrows with the bread crumbs, or she took the break into pieces. And this activity she used to do when in that half hour of afternoon. And that half hour was the happiest half hour for grandmother. Why? Because it has been described that hundreds of sparrows came. Some sat near her, some sat on her leg, some sat on her head, on her shoulder, and she never tried to shoot away. Shoot is actually what? Making a sound to make the sparrows go away. So she never tried, but she have a smile always, and she actually have a frivolous rebukes, means a simple or a lighted scolding we can call. So she actually it's written, she spent her times with that sparrows in that half an hour, and that was her best time. And then further it has been described that when Khushwant Singh actually decided to go abroad for studies. So till here I hope you got this thing. And now Khushwant Singh actually went to abroad. So there was a decision, there was a time came when Khushwant Singh, what happened? He went to abroad for study. And Khushwant Singh, what he was thinking? Khushwant Singh was thinking that grandmother would be very, very upset. And Khushwant Singh, in his mind only, Khushwant Singh is thinking, maybe I am seeing my grandmother for the last time, because she was as old as she was, and Khushwant Singh has seen her since last 20 years, very, very old. So Khushwant Singh was thinking that grandmother is very, very old, and she might got very upset, leering to the fact that I'm going abroad for the study. But it was not like that. She didn't got sentimental. She didn't got upset. Moreover, she came to the station to wave him off, see him off like that. She hold him tightly, and what happened? She actually kissed him on the forehead. She was really moving that rosary bit, but she didn't become sentimental. That was a very brave act of grandmother. Though Khushwant Singh was believing that grandmother might behave like that, she is very upset, but she didn't show her emotion. She hid her emotion. And then why? Because Khushwant Singh was having, because he was going for how many years? He was going abroad for 5 long years for studies. And that is the fact that he was going for to abroad for studies for 5 long years. So Khushwant Singh was really in a shattered mood. Oh, what the behavior of grandmother will be. And then what happened? Then when he returned, when Khushwant Singh returned, still that lady, oh, the grandmother, she was still there. When Khushwant Singh saw him for the first time, she again went to the station to welcome him back home. And Khushwant Singh saw that there is no change in grandmother. She was just like 5 years back, and after I'm coming 5 years after 5 years, she's looking same. There has been no change in grandmother physical appearance, and she was very happy. Although when Khushwant Singh returned, he noticed that grandmother was happiest when she spent time with the sparrow. Okay, so Khushwant Singh noticed this change. But in the evening, by the day when Khushwant Singh returned, this is very important point. A returning one is a very important point. In the evening, her routine changed. Whose routine changed? In the evening, grandmother's routine changed in the evening. And what changed in the evening? She didn't had her prayer. She didn't had her prayers. Okay, she didn't had her prayers. Instead of that, what she did, she collected all the neighborhood ladies. She collected all the women from neighborhood. Why she collected, She collected all the women of neighborhood, and she took out an old drum. Okay, and she started beating and thumping that old drum and started singing the song of homecoming of the warriors. And there has been written as the sagging, if you can see page number 5, last line, the sagging skins of the dilapidated drum. So my dear children, that she started singing what? She started singing the songs of the homecoming of the warriors. Who? Grandmother. So she didn't had her evening prayer in the evening time. Okay, in the evening time, she didn't had a prayer. She collected all the ladies. She started that with the torn out, withered out drum. She started thumping and beating it and started the singing songs of the homecoming of the warriors. And the family, what happened? Family actually started telling, come on, Amma, stop it. Stop it, you will actually fall ill due to exhaustion. But she didn't listen to anybody, and she went on singing the song and song and song. And next day what happened? Next day she fell ill. Who fell ill? Grandmother fell ill. And grandmother fell ill, and doctor said it's just a fever, it is going to subside. But grandmother took it another way. She said, no, my time has came. No, my time has came and I am about to take leave. I don't want to waste any further time in talking to anybody. And she started reciting the prayers. Family protested, but she didn't listen to anybody. She ignored everybody. She laid calm in her bed and she just moved the rosary beads, chanting the prayer. And after that, what they saw, Khushwant Singh family saw that the rosary bead fell off from the hand, the lips stopped moving, and the grandmother was dead. And you know what happened? That grandmother ultimately she expired. And you know that family started mourning, they started grieving. They brought her down from bed, laid him on the ground as it was a customary. They actually wrapped grandmother in a red cloth, and after mourning they went for what? They went to make the arrangements for funeral. And when these members came back, what they saw? Thousands of sparrows have came. Thousands of sparrows have came. And what these sparrows? They were silent. If you go back to the page number 5, we have I just missed you one expression meaning telling. That is a veritable bedlam of chirping. That means that a lot of sound and confusion and chaos because of the bird sound. Okay, so when birds used to come in that half an hour, when grandma used to feed them with that breadcrumbs, they used to make a lot of sounds. But see, when grandma is no more, thousands of birds were sitting surrounding his dead body, surrounding her dead body, and they were silent. There was total silence. And seeing those birds, what Khushwant Singh's mother went in the kitchen, she brought some breads, she made into a pieces, and she actually gave to birds. Birds didn't move. You know, when they took finally grandma for the cremation ceremony, these birds flew away silently, but they didn't eat the breadcrumbs. Even they were mourning the death of the personality who used to feed them. And there the chapter ends, that how grandmother passed away. So this was the chapter, you know, and in the next day those breadcrumbs was actually swept by the sweeper into the dustbin. So this was the chapter all about the portrait of a lady. So portrait here always means photograph, but here it is a description of a lady whose grandmother. It is Khushwant Singh grandmother, who is a well-known Indian writer, who has written a well-known novel like A Train to Pakistan. He has inspired from that independence of India, and then he describes about the entire his grandmother, how old she was, how total face was filled with wrinkles, and she has been like that since last 20 years. And then there was description of grandfather, and that's why seeing both physical appearance, whom grandfather portrait and grandmother's present appearance, it was really hard to believe that grandmother once upon a time was very young, pretty, and was a wife. It was really difficult for Khushwant Singh to believe that grandfather once upon a time was a husband and had children. It appears that he can have many grandchildren. And then what happened? That there was a description about the friendship relationship between whom? Between the grandmother and Khushwant Singh. in the village when he was just a child. Okay, how she used to wake him up, how she used to get dressed him up, how she used to bathe him up, how she offers him breakfast, then how she used to carry him towards the village school, and how she spends time there in the temple, how they came together feeding those dogs. And then how the life totally changed in the city when parents called them when they were settled, and how what all things she really finds very odd, who grandmother, and she really don't accept those English medium schools without God teachings or without the religious teachings, those Western science teachings she does not get it, those music teachings she really totally disapprove it. And then how she slowly, way by way, step by step, she moves into seclusion, or we can call into a loneliness, and how she spends time with the sparrows in spinning wheels and reciting prayers. And then what happened? Ultimately, she actually left her for the whole heavenly abode. She left this world, and how sparrows even mourned the death of the grandmother has been described. Okay, my dear children, before leaving, I will be like to give you the home assignment, and your home assignment is your all the questions of the understanding text, and the text is the questions are, I will discuss the answer here only, but make sure that you are going to do all these answers in your note copy in your English register. Okay, I don't want any, see, we already started very late this year, this session, as pandemic was there, your result came late, and what happened that we have just started right now. So please don't you just keep these things aside, don't do all the pending works like that. You keep on doing pending the works, don't do like that. You just keep on doing the works along with me, so that there should be no lag behind from this side, from English. Very simple. Page number, you have to do the questions of page number 6, understanding the text. Okay, so your homework is page number 6. This is your homework, and all the 5 questions you have to do, and this is titled as understanding the text. Okay, this you have to do all the 5 questions. I will be reading out the questions for you. This is your worksheet also, and this is your home assignment also. First is the 3 phases of the author's relationship with his grandmother before he left the country to study abroad. So you have to mention the 3 phases. So answer number 1, what you are supposed to write is, first phase is of village. Okay, second phase will be of in city, and third phase will be at the university. Okay, these 3 phases you are going to write. What all changes came in these 3 phases, how village life was there, how in city they shared the same bedroom but spoke less of each other, and how the friendship bond was totally disturbed or broken as our author got a separate room. So these 3 points, this is only the value points. You have to write in elaborated form. Okay, not only in village and city or in university you are going to just write it like that. You have to elaborate it and write it properly. I am just discussing the value points, what should be there in the answers. Got my point? Now the second question is 3 reasons why the grandmother was disturbed when he started going to the school. So this question is very important and very simple also. What will be the 3 reasons? So answer number 2, you are supposed to write what? Number 1 point, that is English medium school. You have to write that how that medium was barrier and she could not help with the lesson. So you have to explain it also. Okay, so number 1 point will be that English medium school. Second point will be no scripture or no God's scripture teaching. Okay, or no religious teaching. You have to explain it. And the number 3rd point will be music. Why she disapproved of music? Because she always believed that it has an indecent connections with beggars and prostitutes, and this music does not have any connection with the gentle fox. Okay, my dear children, so these 3 points, not only 1, 2, 3, elaborate it and specifically write it like that. So I hope you understand what you have to write in answer number 2. So now answer number 3. 3 ways in which author's grandmother spent her days after he grew up. Answer number 3, you have to write in again 3 points. This can be very specific. You can just write the point like she spent her days in spinning wheels, in reciting prayers, okay, and feeding sparrows. This is an appropriate answer for this question. So what 3 works she do is like that, okay? She spent her days in spinning wheel, reciting prayers, and feeding the sparrows. This is an appropriate answer. There is no need of description in this answer. Now the odd way in which author's grandmother behaved before she died. What was the odd way? Yes, you have to look into your book, page number 5 and 6. Page number 5 is the last paragraph. Point is she has collected all the women from the neighborhood, started singing playing the drum and singing the song of homecoming of warriors. When family protested, she didn't listen, okay? She fall ill. When family said that no, everything will all right, she ignored the fact that she will be all right, and she didn't wasted any time in talking. So these all points should be written. 4 to 5 points are there. It should be written how author's grandmother behaved just before she died. Then the way in which sparrows express their sorrow when the author's grandmother died. So how the sparrows express their sorrows? The sparrow expressed their sorrow that there was no chirping, they were totally silent, okay, and they didn't eat the breadcrumbs. So it shows that how they were also mourning to the person's death who actually fed them. So these all things should be written. So these 5 questions you are having as an homework assignment. Don't make your work pending, my dear children. Otherwise it is very difficult to cope up with. So now till we meet in our next video, hoping this video is very useful. Continue looking into the video once or twice. Until we meet next time, have a good day.